Okay, get yourself ready for your restorative practice. So we've had a bit of a exhausting day of feeling a bit ropey, so we'll just allow ourselves a little time to just release and relax. So have a blanket to keep yourself warm, a blanket over your normal mat to keep nice and cozy, and then have a folded blanket, evenly folded, for underneath your head. So just get yourself ready, make sure that you're warm enough, because warmth is one of the holy trinity, if you like, of restorative yoga: comfort, warmth and darkness. So we can't always get darkness, so you can cover your eyes or you can just close your eyes. So you've got a bolster underneath your underneath your knees, some blocks underneath your feet, and then a folded blanket underneath your head, supporting the back of your neck. If you can cover your eyes, then do, just using an eye pillow or just anything that you can cover your eyes with, and then allow yourself to just release down into the floor. Give yourself permission to relax. Focus on long, slow, deep, deliberate breaths. Just observe how the floor supports you. Supports your back and your hips and your shoulders and your arms. How the floor supports underneath the backs of your knees and supporting the feet. Listen to the breath. Give yourself permission to relax. Just commit to the next hour of relaxation. Soften your jaw and your tongue and your throat. Just focusing on ensuring that the body feels supported. Draw your attention into the soles of the feet. Draw your consciousness into the soles of your feet so that the skin and the muscle and the bones of the underside of the foot tingle with consciousness. And then let the underside of the foot completely relax. Letting the skin and the muscles soften and release. Till the underside of the foot is completely relaxed. And then draw your attention to the top of your foot, the top of your feet. So the skin and the muscles and the bones tingle with consciousness on the top of the foot. And then consciously allow the top of the foot to completely relax. Completely relaxing the skin and the muscle and the bones of the tops of the feet. So the feet feel lighter and soft. Draw your consciousness into the shins. So that you can feel the skin of the shins, the muscles of the shins. And then completely relax the shins, allowing the shin bones to sink into the calf muscle. Draw your consciousness into the thighs. completely relax the fronts of the thighs, sinking into the backs of the thighs, so that your legs become light yet heavy, energized yet relaxed. The legs become soft, lying entirely on the bolster and the blocks underneath your feet. Draw your attention into the pelvis. Just feeling the skin around the pelvis and the muscles, moving up into the abdomen, softening the abdominal flesh and the muscles, and then completely relax the pelvis and the abdomen. Draw your attention into the rib cage and the diaphragm region and the shoulders. Just feeling how your back connects into the ground. And then soften the muscles around the ribs, around the shoulders, and around the diaphragm region, around the abdomen. Just completely relaxing the chest and the shoulders and the abdominal region. Draw your attention into the shoulders and the upper arms and the lower arms and the hands. Just Resting the backs of the hands on the floor. And then allow the muscles of the arms and the hands to completely relax. Draw your consciousness into the neck and the throat, softening the muscles around the throat, softening the muscles around the neck. Softening the neck and observing the muscles in the face and over the skull. And then consciously relaxing the muscles of the face. Softening the muscles of the face and around the top of the head and the back of the head and around the ears, around the nose, around the eyes, just softening the muscles completely, allowing the body to relax. Just relying on the support of the floor to relax the physical body. And when you're ready to disturb yourself, just gently wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers, and then bend your knees, bring your feet onto the bolster, have the feet apart and the knees together. And then very gently roll over onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg, come back into a seated position, just sitting in cross legs for a moment, just observing your breath, observing your energy. So we're going to take away the blocks from underneath the feet. You're going to keep your bolster where it is, and then get your blanket, and then I want you to just unfold it so that you've got this kind of eighth fold, this kind of long fold like this. So if you've got your, if it was in your kind of folded blanket, just unfold it until it's along the floor like that, and then get it down the middle, just fold it down the center, and then fold it down the middle again. So you've got this long, kind of narrow bolster. If you've got kind of hemming on one end of it, then have that at the other end where your head's going to go. So you're going to sit here and stretch your back along this bolster. So this is called the spine lengthening pose. Really nice. So you're going to just move that up a bit. So you just sit towards the end of the bolster, make sure that it's kind of right in the middle of the mat, and then just lift your chest. Keep the seat bones down, but lift your chest along, your back chest along the bolster, and then get hold of the end of the bolster, roll it up like a Swiss roll, and then just adjust the position of your bolster underneath your knees until you get the feeling, the sensation of elongation of the spine. So you might have to come in and out of the pose a couple of times just to find your optimal position. But once you've found it, you'll know, because your spine will feel like it's being stretched. So just find your position. Again, you can cover your eyes if you prefer, just to keep darkness for your eyes, and then allow yourself to just completely release into the floor. So as you know, as we progress into the sequence, I'll speak less and less so that you can just relax rather than having to listen. Maybe after a little while of stillness, you feel an energy radiating from the spine. And then wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers, bend your knees, and then just roll yourself over onto your right side, just rolling yourself down onto the side. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into a seated position. Just cross legs for a moment, just observing the energy you have released so far. Okay, so we're going to do a pose that requires no equipment. So just unfold your blanket and just put it into like kind of a pillow type shape, just a quarter fold, and then halve it again, and just have that for later. So this is the reclining frog pose. So you're just going to come onto your front, you create a little pillow for your head with your hands, and then you just bend one leg, just your right leg perhaps, start with, and then you rest your head on your side so that your chin and your bent knee is always in the same direction. So again, a very gentle, quiet and in pose, just cover yourself up. I always think it's good to make sure that your feet are covered. So just have that leg out to the side. So one leg straight, one leg just bent at a right angle, if possible, from the body. And then rest into the floor. So this pose just very gently opens up the front of the hip. And then straighten the leg. And then just bend the other leg out to the side. And then just keeping yourself covered over. Just rest you can adjust the position of your hands and just rest your head on the other side. Again, chin pointing in the same direction as your knee. So the half frog just gives you that gentle release in the inner hip, in the inner groin. Giving you grounded energy. And then lift your head, just straighten out your legs, just rest your forehead on the backs of your hands and rest into the floor. Just releasing both of the legs, releasing the hips. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders, push yourself up, just into a seated position, just sitting back on your heels, just observe the energy you've released through your poses so far. And then just come down onto your back, and then we'll finish with the same pose that we started with, the basic relaxation pose. This time you don't need the blocks for underneath your feet, but have the blanket underneath your head. So just the bolster underneath your knees, folded blanket underneath your head, and then just guide yourself down onto the floor. And then allow yourself to release into the ground. Just allow the body to rest into the floor, just feeling that the muscles of the arms and the legs completely relax. Unhooking the muscles of the arms and the legs so that there's a feeling of energetic lightness radiating out from the bones and into the muscles. Into the muscles and into the organs. Energetic lightness bringing energy into the organs. And the flesh and the skin. Using your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that feeling of energetic lightness down into the toes, into the fingers, and up into the top of the head. And then when you're ready to disturb yourself, just wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers. Just bring yourself back into this pose of Shavasana. Just have the feet on the bolster, have the feet apart, the knees together, just resting yourself back into the floor. And then roll onto your right side, just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg. Just come up into a seated position, just final cross legs with your hands in the Namaste, just a final spinal lift. Conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice. Bringing your breath down into your abdomen. Be conscious of the energy you released through your practice, that good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy, and the extensions and the reclining poses bring to the body and to the mind. And draw your chin down to meet your chest. Spend a moment to acknowledge the positive energy you have created inside, and then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then gently release the backs of your hands down toward your knees, palms facing upwards. And as you raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. So hopefully you feel as though you've really settled your energy, but giving yourself some good energy at the same time. So thank you very much for joining.